A little boy who touched so many hearts.
A way for all of us to memorialize him as like a city.
Tributes grow for Parker Wells as Calgarians find ways to support his family. Time is running out as both WestJet and the Flight Attendants Union issue 72-hour notices. And meet Alberta's youngest Ghostbuster and those behind this youngster's Make-A-Wish.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Camilla Di Giuseppe.
Good afternoon. Multiple tributes are growing around our city as Calgarians mourn the loss of 11-year-old Parker Wells. The body of the nonverbal autistic boy was found Wednesday following a desperate 2-week search. Tim Brooke joins us now with details. And Tim, this really touched a lot of people.
Well, yes, Camilla, you know that well, of course. And it's also very apparent by the fact that from where I'm standing tonight, there are now 3 growing memorials just within a stone's throw. We've been here today. We've seen a lot of Calgarians. We've talked to a lot of Calgarians. I can tell you, no one that we chatted with actually knew Parker personally, but almost all of them were still emotional discussing yesterday's devastating news. Of course, after an extensive 2-week search, Calgary police found Parker's body in a small pipe just east of Deerfoot Trail yesterday. They believe he likely entered a nearby culvert and traveled underneath the road through a maze of tunnels. Today, there are multiple memorials within walking distance of that culvert, all with flowers, stuffed animals, and handwritten notes. The largest is in Laycock Park, where people have continued to show up throughout the afternoon.
I'm a mom, and it affected a lot of people. I think a huge city came together, and it didn't end the way we wanted it to, but it definitely grew a crowd and a lot of attention. The sign I made, just kind of like a way for all of us to memorialize him as like a city. Meanwhile, giving the family the privacy they deserve.
Just up the road from where I'm standing right now at the Thorncliffe Greenview Community Association, Calgary Police have set up its Victim Assistance Support Team. That is just another avenue for people to talk and to get some help if they're especially feeling yesterday's events. And, well, Camilla, even more proof tonight that this is a city-wide loss. The Calgary Tower will be lit up blue tonight in honor of Parker.
Indeed, Tim. Thank you so very much. And the death of 11-year-old Parker Wells has renewed calls for an alert system for missing vulnerable people who don't qualify for an Amber Alert. Jem Ball, the mother of a nonverbal autistic son, started a petition right after Parker vanished, calling for an Indigo Alert. The petition has now attracted more than 20,000 signatures. A province-wide emergency alert was not issued until 2 days after Parker walked away from his day home. Ball's campaign is also gaining political support. Federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, who has a child with autism, has added his weight, sending a letter today to the Federal Minister of Emergency Management, calling for enhanced protections for vulnerable Canadians.
Change whatever rules necessary to make sure that somebody goes missing, that there's an alert that goes out, that people know that perhaps the child missing has special needs and that they can be on the lookout to help and protect that child if they find them. And some special training for first responders and others who would participate in search and recovery, or or better yet, search and rescue. Then I think that would potentially save a lot of lives.
On the weekend, Premier Daniel Smith said the province plans to give police another alerting tool for cases like Parker's, and said legislative changes could come this fall. A man was taken to hospital in critical condition after being shot by Calgary police during a domestic disturbance. Tyler Barrow joins us now from the scene with the details. Tyler, the man's fiancée believes the shooting was unnecessary.
Cam, Calgary Police Service were called to a home in the street behind me here around 1 a.m. for reports of a man with a weapon. Now, I spoke with Shanda Ray, who is living at the home and is engaged to Danny Martin, the man who ended up in hospital. She says they were both drinking and playing with a bow and arrow in the backyard. Ray says there was a no contact order against Martin. Despite that, she says they were living together in the home. She says a neighbor called police after seeing them with the weapon. Calgary police said they tried to de-escalate the situation so they could take the man into custody, but there was a confrontation. That's when one officer fired their gun. The man is currently in ICU at Foothills Hospital. Ray believes this shouldn't have happened.
Instead of, sticking the canine on him or pepper spray or plastic bullets or anything else, why divert to shooting somebody with lethal force in the chest and in the arm? It's unacceptable.
Cam, Alberta's police watchdog is handling the matter, which is standard procedure. They were unable to comment on the matter.
All right, Tyler, thank you so very much. A deadly stabbing in southwest Calgary late Wednesday night has led to 2 people in custody and a neighborhood left shocked. The incident occurred on the 1400 block of 38th Street Southwest just before 11 o'clock Wednesday night. Police were called to reports of a disturbance and when they arrived, found a man lying on the street with a stab wound. He was rushed to hospital where he later died of his injuries. One resident describes this as a shock for the quiet neighborhood, while a family on vacation from Edmonton got more than they bargained for.
They had both ends of the streets completely blocked off with tape. There were police everywhere, sirens, lights. It was scary to come to. I wish I stayed home. I wish I didn't have to see this and have my family and my kids witness what is quite tragic.
The city's homicide unit says those involved knew each other and is not a threat to the public. 2 people remain in custody at this time and an autopsy is pending. A woman shot several times and discovered by RCMP at a High River home Tuesday night is dead. Mounties responded to the residents twice that day. The first time, they say the suspect called police, making allegations against the woman, which they determined were unfounded. More than 3 hours later, the man called again, and when officers arrived, they found 36-year-old Kayla Bleeker suffering from gunshot wounds. She was pronounced dead in hospital. 36-year-old Jarrett Stobe is charged with second-degree murder. He is expected in court tomorrow. The man who spearheaded a petition to stop coal mining in the Alberta Rockies is going to court to overturn Elections Alberta's decision to reject it. Corb Lund has applied for a judicial review in the Court of King's Bench. Lund says more than 200,000 Albertans signed the Water Not Coal petition. He believes Elections Alberta applied standards that were stricter than the law requires, and thousands of Albertans were effectively shut out. The petition needed 177,000 verified signatures, but once Elections Alberta went through the petition, Water Not Coal ended up about 5,000 short. WestJet and the union representing its flight attendants have given 72-hour notice to either go on strike or lock out workers. Alicia Fieldberg now joins us from the airport. Alicia, what could this mean for passengers?
Camilla, WestJet could start grounding flights as early as tomorrow ahead of a potential strike or lockout this weekend. If the airline and the union representing its 4,400 flight attendants can't negotiate an agreement by the beginning of the day on August 2nd, then flight attendants could walk off the job Sunday, or WestJet could prevent them from going to work. Now, each side gave statements this morning saying they are still negotiating. The union's main concerns are wages, working conditions, and unpaid work when crews are on the ground. WestJet has been allowing passengers with flights scheduled anytime between today and August 4th to make a one-time change or cancellation without fee. However, this is a travel credit. If you still want to take your trip, you might have to pay a lot more for a different last-minute flight. So a passengers' rights expert says if you wait instead until an airline cancels your flight, then the airline owes you and you can choose a refund or an alternative flight. The passengers I spoke with today are concerned their return flights might be impacted, but they're ready to be flexible.
Whenever you travel, anything can happen, right? There could be any sort of delays, any sort of cancellations, anything like that. So it's a risk you're always going to take. So you may as well, don't plan around it.
There's a lot of stressors involved in traveling, especially the last couple of years. There's been a lot of different disruptions, but I think for the most part, it's out of my control. All I can really do is hope it doesn't happen, and if something comes up, I'll deal with it when it comes,
Last summer, Air Canada flight attendants went on strike over similar concerns, and they were ordered back to work 3 days later. But even that short strike lasting 3 days impacted about 500,000 passengers. Camilla.
All right, Alicia, thank you so very much. The city of Calgary has issued a fire advisory. There are no restrictions, but Calgarians are being asked to be cautious when using open flames. However, there are fire bans now for Banff, Yoho, and Kootenay National Parks. Campfires, barbecues, outdoor wood stoves, or fires are covered by the ban. A fire restriction for the Calgary Forest area has also been issued by the province. The ongoing hot and dry conditions are increasing the fire danger. And let's bring in Danielle Savoni with our first look at the weather, and we still have more of this hot weather, at least for another couple days.
Yeah, so we're at that extreme risk for fire danger in all of southern Alberta pretty much, and then when you add to it that we're looking at 2 really hot days, increasingly hot. So today we did not get into the 30s in the city, but tomorrow we should. And we're looking at a high of 31 tomorrow, 33 by Saturday. Saturday will be the hottest of this stretch. It's quiet out there right now, not in Saskatchewan, as you can see. And there's a small chance around closer to that Saskatchewan border on the Alberta side that we'll see a little bit of activity, but nothing for Calgary today. 26 degrees, mainly sunny. Air quality health index at moderate will continue to be around that moderate level for these next 24 hours. Kicking the day off tomorrow at 18 degrees and a high of 31 expected. So it's hot tomorrow, even hotter on Saturday, and then a completely different weather pattern as we get into Sunday. So it'll be an interesting long weekend. That's your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen.
Thank you very much, Danielle. Still to come, from storm damage cleanup to rock slide mitigation work. Next, Parks Canada gives us a snapshot on efforts to get Elk Island National Park reopened and still cut off. An update on the rock slide that closed a key route to hiking trails and Spray Lakes Reservoir. Also, if you have a news tip, text us at 10400. The Alberta government is providing up to $1.2 million to help Clearwater County recover from 2 tornadoes. On July 18th, the EF2 tornadoes left a path of destruction between Rocky Mountain House and Leslieville. An estimated 50 properties were affected. Alberta's finance minister says the money is a one-time grant that will help cover the cost of removing fallen trees and debris. Elk Island National Park remains closed because of storm damage and cleanup. Parks Canada sharing a couple of photos showing the damage they're dealing with. The national park east of Edmonton had to be closed because of flooding and dangerous trees. Officials say every effort is being made to reopen as soon as possible. An update on the Spray Lakes road closure because of a rock slide on June 1st. The province says a geotechnical engineering team has inspected the site and a mitigation plan is underway. All the loose and unstable rocks are being removed from the slope above the road, and rock bolts are being used to secure larger sections. Alberta Transportation expects the work to be complete by mid-August. A lot of things going out there, but we're keeping an eye on the dry conditions, the heat, and how it's going to impact us, not just us physically, but also our environment.
Yeah, the heat for 2 more days. And we have talked a lot over these last few weeks about all the storms in central Alberta. Well, our weather pattern is going to change, and the jet stream, which has been directing all of the storms there, is going to track into southern Alberta by Sunday. So that means some things for us that we have to talk about. All right, looking at temperature right now, we're sitting at that 30 mark in Lethbridge and Milk River, 31 in Brooks, 33 in Medicine Hat. And Calgary is at 26 degrees, so it's still a little more reasonable in Calgary. Calgary should get into the 30s, though, for tomorrow, as we've already talked about. With the humidity right now, it feels closer to 28 in the city, closer to 32 in Drumheller and Brooks. 25 is what it feels like in Banff, and 36 in Medicine Hat. So we have the heat warnings in the southeast corner, as you can see right here, and this is the other one in place. So Claresholm, Nanton, and yes, Calgary is included in that today because the next 2 days should be above 30 degrees and overnight lows should be in those mid-teens. So that's mainly the criteria for this area. So we're looking at 2 hot days and then things change significantly. We're going to drop 10 degrees for daytime highs in just 24 hours. When we look at what's happening in the southeast corner, they're looking at daytime highs close to that 40-degree mark. which is why they still have the heat warning placed there. Again, warning criteria a little different, of course. And also we can slap on the severe thunderstorm watch in place. All this activity should be on the Saskatchewan side and is currently, as you can see right here, but some of it could sneak in and start developing just on the Alberta side. For Calgary, we have nothing to talk about other than some cloudy periods out there for the rest of today and the rest of tomorrow and the next day. It's Sunday that things change. A key thing, though, as we head into Saturday will be the hottest day of this stretch, and it's 33 is quite a lot of heat for the city. So in this lighter orange here, that's the jet stream. It's going to pump up. We're going to get this huge push of air from the States. That's hotter air, and that's what's going to drag our temperatures up to 33 in the city and closer to that 40 mark in the southeast corner by Saturday. And then you can see the jet stream is going to slump to the south. This upper level low is going to start to move into Alberta. It's going to bring in a cooler air mass, and it's going to open us up to the risk of thunderstorms. So as they advance, as you can see, nothing happening for the next couple of days. But this is a look at early Sunday morning. And as that jet stream shifts down, so will the active weather. So we get into the risk of this. We will definitely get cooler temperatures, and we get into the risk of rain and thunderstorms. And then this will circle down through Sunday and parts of Monday. So if you're making outdoor plans for your long weekend in the city, well, Saturday looks like the brightest, the hottest, and the most stable of the 3 days. 31 degrees is our high for tomorrow. Air quality health index at moderate for the next 2 days. And then on Sunday, yes, we get into the risk of thunderstorms that will carry into Monday as well. But definitely we will get those colder temperatures, 23 for Sunday and just 20 by Heritage Day Monday. That's your 5-day forecast, brought to you by Centra Install Pros, your window and door replacement specialists.
Thanks very much, Danielle. Handing out free meals with dignity just ahead. We have a look at the buy a meal, give a meal concept made from rescued food and served with purpose. Relief for investors as markets rebound a day after taking a big hit. Joining me is Faisal Karmali, portfolio manager with the Popwich Karmali Advisory Group. Faisal, what led to the upswing?
Yeah, we start off with Microsoft earnings and coming out very well, a lot more optimism in the markets. And that's why we were up triple digits on both sides of the border in Canada and the United States.
And car leasing, Faisal, not so many people choosing this route so much. Why so?
Yeah, let's start off with pre-pandemic levels. About 30% of all new vehicles were leased. Come now in the first half of 2026, only 23% are being leased. And one of the big issues that we're hearing is that the cost of the lease after the fact, meaning when they start to get a new lease, the payment is much higher than it was before. And so they're looking for alternatives, and it's becoming harder. And those auto dealers are not prepared to go much of a discount right now. And so more and more consumers are choosing other options besides leasing.
Yes, that would do it. And many shoppers flocking to the frozen produce section, and not just to keep cool.
Yeah, what a change in behavior happening in this country. You're starting to see out of the fresh produce into the frozen side. And in fact, Loblaws announced 30 to 40 more discount stores such as Maxi and No Frills. That's what they're planning on opening up. Just tells you the change in customer behavior and affordability for most Canadians.
Indeed. Faisal, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
A pop-up shop is helping to address food insecurity downtown. Hug a Bowl Food Outreach is providing healthy meals for anyone who needs one. The group has been purchasing surplus food from local businesses and turning it into meals for Calgarians in need. On average, they serve about 100 meals a day.
It's humbling. It brings you to tears when you hear and get to meet people who are just walking by and how much it means to them that someone's taking the time to do this. And that's all I need right now. It's great. It's a wonderful feeling.
Hug a Bowl is also accepting donations, with every $5 going to provide a meal for someone in need. You can find out more details on our website. A Calgarian is $1.4 million richer after buying a winning Lightning Lotto ticket. Ladiana Annalisa discovered her life-changing win while purchasing her ticket at a Shoppers Drug Mart in Pine Ridge. The cashier told her she had won, but it didn't sink in until she returned to her car. She immediately called her daughter to share the news. Annalisa says she plans to help her family and make new memories together. An outpouring of grief following the death of Parker Wells. Here's Ian White with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Camilla, the body of the 11-year-old autistic boy was found yesterday afternoon. As memorials and tributes pop up across the city, a recorded message from Parker's parents to the community is released. You'll hear it coming up at 6. Also ahead, WestJet planes are set to be grounded on Sunday if a deal with the union representing cabin crew isn't reached. Coming up at 6, the latest advice from a passengers' rights advocate. Camilla?
Ian, thank you so much. Well, things will be really heating up again before cooling right off. Right now in Calgary, sitting at 26 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Danielle has those details next. All right, let's get into those temperatures. We're going to hit 30. Okay.
Yeah, 30 tomorrow, potentially 31.
Okay.
Right now we're sitting at 26. There you go. 26. So it's hot already. We'll get up to 30 for tomorrow and then 33. So the record for this day, for example, is 33.3. So we're getting into that record-breaking territory on Saturday. Air quality health index will be moderate, lots of sunshine for the next 2 days, and then the weather pattern completely shifts. And so by Sunday, we will definitely have a temperature drop down to 23 degrees. So a 10-degree temperature difference between Saturday and Sunday, and then just 20 by Monday. That's a definite thing, the cooler temperatures, and we even run into a decent risk of thunderstorms for Sunday and Monday as well.
Thanks, Danielle. When you have a ghost in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? Make-A-Wish Canada. Oh my goodness. The charity granted 7-year-old Brent's wish for a Ghostbusters adventure at the Calgary Stampede Grandstand today. In his costume, too, he joined forces with the mayor, police officers, EMS, and the Alberta Ghostbusters for the day. Naturally, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man made an appearance, but they handled it like real pros. The adventure was filmed in order to make a little movie for Brent. The organization says wishes like these are worth all the effort.
I'd like to present to you. Have a great day.
When a child is diagnosed with a critical illness, everybody gets impacted by it. The whole family, the close community, and the wishes provide hope, and they provide something to look forward to, and provide family moments together that otherwise they couldn't have them.
The magic for the day was helped along by digital media integrations. Make-A-Wish provides wishes for children diagnosed with critical illnesses to help give them and their families hope and resiliency. And Brent upping up the ante by becoming a cowboy Ghostbuster. Good for you, buddy. All right, thanks so much for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.